Does your drinking inspire others to rush into battle and clobber somebody over the head? Then have we got a class for you. Today we're introducing you to the Path of the Brew Master.
Welcome everyone, I'm Sean, this is Tony, and today we're going to be looking at a Barbarian homebrew subclass called Path of the Brew Master. Now this one is super cool, it seems very fitting for homebrew crew as well, and it's just a fantastic class.
This is like our spirit animal.
Yeah, exactly. This one is from Rikamaru 1031, and let's just go ahead and get into it. So essentially the way that this kind of Barbarian is growing up, they are just guided by the creation of like making beers and drinks and things like this, and this is what motivates them to kind of be that kind of like warrior. So
it's a great class. It focuses not so much just on the attack, but some of the inspiring things you do while you go with it. Now, the first thing is tools of the trade, though. So any brewmaster on there, you must craft your own brewmaster's tankard.
Could be like that.
Like this. You craft your own brewmaster's tankard, and it's extremely important to the brewmaster to be well made and taken care of. And you choose the style of it, of what it looks like, and you become proficient in brewer supplies. That's the first thing.
Makes sense. Yeah, exactly. Now, Drunken Fury is awesome. So basically, once you get to 3rd level, once you rage, you can take a bonus action to use your brewmaster's tankard as an attack. The tankard is 1d4 plus your strength modifier, does bludgeoning damage, and you are proficient with it, I would hope, since you built the damn thing. But it's just so cool because, like, this thing that you kind of use to, I'm assuming during role-playing to drink, and you use this as, like, kind of this, masterpiece that you've crafted. You also use it kind of, like do a little bit of extra damage. It's awesome.
It's got so much flavor text and stuff that you can do with it because you can craft that thing any way you want it to look. It can be made out of gold, pewter, shells over it. God knows what it can have on there, and it's really, really cool. And that Drunken Fury is awesome with it. But this is not so much like the Drunken Monk, the Drunken Master.
Right.
You do get an ability at 6th level. This is called Comfortably Numb. So beginning at 6th level, you gain the ability to ignore pain while drinking. After you drink from your Brewmaster's tankard using the Drunken Fury feature, so this kind of adds on to the one that was before it, you can use your reaction to reduce the damage from attacks on yourself by 2d6. So you kind of roll those 2d6 and you can take that off of you, but you have to have done Drunken Fury.
Right, so you have to use the action Drunken Fury to drink, and then it kind of unlocks Comfortably Numb, which is kind of cool. It basically kind of, allowing you to stack on these abilities that you kind of don't really see from other classes.
Yeah, and I like that about this. I mean, one of the things that caught my eye with this is that it builds on layers, right?
Yeah,
it's not just one, hey, let's do this kind of thing, and now you get this ability. It's like, okay, it's so based around the drinking that it works as a great thing. I love this. You do get a little bit further down now. So on each of those, though, as you go up in level, that D6 gets higher. So you're looking at 3d6 at 10th and 4d6 at 14th.
Yeah,
which is not too bad.
Oh, no, yeah. It works out pretty well. So at 10th level, you get a skill called Drunken Revelry. So you can use your action to bolster your allies with your drunken spirit. When you do so, you choose 5 friendly creatures that can see or hear you, and you basically kind of bellow this like a drinking song, and they gain temporary HP equal to your charisma modifier plus your barbarian level.
Which is interesting because a barbarian wouldn't necessarily be bolstering their charisma modifier.
Right, not typically. But with this kind of build, with this kind of more supportive skill, your charisma is something to consider now when you're building this character.
What would be great is to have the barmaid background that we discussed a few weeks ago.
There you go, yeah.
And then have the Drunken Revelry, because then you've got your charisma modifier and everything working together. And
yeah, exactly.
Cool. So that feature you can only use once per long rest, though. So that's, it's not overpowered with it.
Yeah.
It's very, very basic.
It's just a nice little kind of buff, like within battle. Again, this class is not trying to become the support, but it's a nice little tool that you can use at your disposal.
And remember, you're still going to be raging. You're still going to be hitting things, and you're still going.
Yeah, you're still going to be tanking and taking all the hits and doing a lot of damage.
You're just going to be doing it with your tank.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. The last one that they get at 14th level is pretty awesome too. And it doesn't overpower anything, which I like. So at 14th level, it's called Ice Cold Brew. And at 14th level, your Brewmaster's tankard is always magically cold, which I would be great with.
That would be awesome.
And it's
like the best coaster ever. Yeah, it's great.
Your Brewmaster tankard now strikes with cold damage and uses a D10 for its damage dice. So now instead of hitting it with that damage that you had before, now it's doing cold damage and it's doing 1d10.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say with that is I would make it cold and bludgeoning, or the choice of the two, because as you're getting up there, this is a 14th level ability. If you're going up against something and now you're fighting an ice worm, for example.
Well, you don't want to necessarily hit it with your cold damage. Tankard, yeah.
Right, so you're going to want to have a backup thing as well. That. But, I would just kind of swap that so you'd be able to do it either bludgeoning or cold.
Yeah, maybe I don't want it to be cold anymore, so, then you can switch over to bludgeoning or something like that.
Or have it do additional cold damage. Either of those things, but I wouldn't have it replaced. But other than that, I think this is a very well-made, put-together class. I mean, it's something that we kind of strive for, something that follows a theme, I think.
Yeah, exactly. And the progression for the class itself is very natural. It doesn't feel like you're getting too many things too quickly. And then again, so it's just cool to see some of the skills kind of stacking up and working together in unison. And it encourages you to really utilize your class features more than maybe some other classes might.
Which is great. I mean, you don't really see that a lot when it comes to these things. And this one, I can see a barbarian for that example being somebody. Obviously barbarians drink.
Yeah, sure.
They do, especially dwarven barbarians. Oh my God, you just watch it with those guys. But this plays into not only a theme of the class that it actually is, the barbarian class. It plays into a race. It plays into backgrounds. It's so well suited and well surrounded. This is probably so far, and I'm sorry to say this for anyone else that we've reviewed already, this is so far probably my favorite class or subclass.
Definitely. I think out of all the ones that we've done before, I think it kind of handles everything, when it comes to balance, when it comes to flavor, when it comes to features, when it comes to progression. I think it really kind of nails everything that you're kind of looking for when creating a homebrew class. So it's definitely a great example. Again, this one's from Rikamaru 1031. And, if you're looking for it, we're going to leave a link down below on D&DBeyond. And definitely try it out. Check out the class. It's a lot of fun, and you can definitely put a lot of time into role-playing it and developing it. And I'm just going to put this out there. We are doing Ignite Gaming Lounge coming on the 21st, which is this coming Thursday, right? Yeah. So we're going to be there hosting and actually playing D&D with anyone who comes to show up. It's a fantastic location, awesome place. And I'm just going to say it right now. I'm going to allow the path of Brewmaster. Wow, no way.
Wants to play with the homebrew crew.
Well, there you go. You heard it here first. And while you're at Ignite, you can probably get some drinks, so you can really live out your path of the Brewmaster.
I'm going to try to get him to name a drink after us. I think that's
there you go.
But yeah, definitely subscribe if you like to. The thing is down here in the bottom right hand corner, or further that way if you're viewing us on a PC. It's all the way beyond it.
Yeah.
But definitely do that. Check us out on our Discord channel, which the link will be below or up at the top on our banner, our home banner. So remember, the best campaigns are always the ones that you home brew. So until next time, keep brewing.